Horror games, I'd absolutely die in.
Boo! It's a blue lobster.
Ooh.
When it comes down to the majority of horror entertainment, like movies, TV shows, or games, I don't like this shit. But hands down, horror games have to be some of the most interesting types of media to have ever been created. It's like a scientific discovery. I mean, most of them are really immersive to the point where it's like you're in the game experiencing it for yourself. Some of them
And
have
you don't want to be living in none of them. None of them.
controls where you can fight back against the monsters, letting you do whole backflips like you're one.
Unless you're Leon Kennedy. I ain't gonna lie. That man, the plot armor Leon Kennedy has is ridiculous, bro. And he can parry anything, any attack ever. Goku could shoot a Kamehameha wave at him, parried it. What?
And all of them as a whole collectively have a bunch of jump scares that make you jump out your chair. It's sick. Horror games have to be some of the most coldest shit I've ever seen and played. And imagine, this is coming from the guy too shook to watch horror at night, so you know, you can take my word for it. Like as a kid, I used to love watching walkthroughs from my childhood YouTubers, like Markiplier, Corey, and Jacksepticeye, just running through these games and
even though I didn't watch those guys, but I was definitely on them playthroughs. I was a PewDiePie, Releasy type guy, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, horror movies, they don't really be scaring me because I be too locked in on horror movies. The thing about horror games that will really get you is that you're immersed in the game. So like you're controlling the character in the game, so your brain is like trying to do two things at once. It gives the perfect opportunity, the perfect lob for someone to for the jump scare to come slam on you, Jason Terry style. Not Jason Terry style, but LeBron on Jason Terry style.
Their experiences on it. And as I've played a bunch of these games myself, aged and matured a lot over the years, and just gained a ton more wisdom and expertise,
yeah,
I can confidently say I would never survive this shit. I'm dying. I'd accept my fate. It's over.
Facts.
And that's what I'm here to talk about. Today, boys and girls, I wanted to take a detour, and instead of discussing more horror movies that would end my whole career, I thought I would talk about horror games I'm definitely getting packed in. Cause let's cut the shit. To all you men who say you can survive these, you know that's some bullshit. You're a civilian. You go straight home. Quit lying. Deceiver. And so without wasting any more time, let's jump into the first game, man. Five Nights at Freddy's. And this game really ain't that scary, man. And this title truly needs no introduction. I mean, FNAF is that indie horror game. Let's be honest, it started everything. It had people moving crazy back when it first dropped, to the point where it's had a major impact on the indie horror game industry as a whole.
It did, but I would argue what started everything in terms of indie horror was Slender Man. And maybe that wasn't even the first thing, but that was the first big thing. Slender Man was everywhere. Everyone was playing Slender Man.
It's low-key a trendsetter. Like, look at how much fan games exist now because of it. The joy of creation, Five Nights at Candy's, that one Roblox game where Freddy picks up the door and it's scary as shit. It's been inspirational. I mean, it got so popular, it's got 2 movies out now, which are only for the fans, because as a horror movie, this shit is garbage. Five Nights at Freddy's follows the protagonist who plays a security guard, who in the first game, he takes a job working a night shift at an abandoned pizzeria place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. And the only objective and goal here is to just make it until 6 AM, while avoiding the moving animatronics possessed by dead children who just want to murk you. It's simple.
I'm gonna give it a buck though. From like I've obviously seen like Five Nights at Freddy's a little bit, not the biggest fan of the game, right? I complete night 1. I don't know how they laid it out in the movie, right? But from the game's perspective, from the OG game's perspective, I complete night 1. I see all that freak boy. What? I see all that happening in the middle of the night. I know I'm not crazy. I'm never showing up again. Delete my number.
Enough, right? I mean, anyone could do this. It's not that hard. No! Ladies and gentlemen, this is some bullshit. This whole room is a setup. Look how fast the power drains. Whoever designed this wanted you to die. I mean, I can understand surviving the first night since practically none of these bombs move. So all you pretty much end up doing is sitting your files down and watching cameras all night. But as soon as you get to the point where Foxy's pacing down the corridor like he's the Flash, I'm finished. How do we have people confidently saying they would survive this? You're a regular guy. Plot armor will not save you, bro. I can bet my whole life savings, all my pennies, that as soon as any one normal individual would take a job here and saw any of these animatronics do something as little as twitch, They will be running
Wait.
out there like how SpongeBob and Patrick were running from Sandy. It's diabolical. And even if you did start running to try and escape, who's to say that they wouldn't just all jump you at the door, since they would most likely know you're trying to leave? I'm gonna be honest, as soon as you walked into this place, you signed your soul away to the purple guy. You're done. You've deleted yourself. It's game over. And imagine, when taking this job, you would think it would be hella easy. I mean, all it is to watch over and just look at cameras all night. I just be minding my business, scrolling through TikTok and shit, thinking I just made some quick money since the place is abandoned and no one's been here for years. Then when you...
Bro, a third shift security job at a vacant place? A vacant Chuck E. Cheese at that point? Like, bro, that's bank, bro. You could look... I'm in that joint, I'm sleep. Because realistically, who's breaking into a Chuck E. Cheese, bro? I'm stupid safe in there, like literally. And I can lock the doors. Well, the doors, it will take energy, bro. Also, why would I stay in a place where the energy runs out? I don't know what happens. Yeah, the energy runs out randomly after a certain time of being on. Why would I stay in there?
Actually decide to lock in and check the cameras for once, you just see Bonnie staring at you in the supply closet. I didn't sign up for this. I thought I was just gonna watch them. Not to mention, it's 6 hours a shift, bro. At night. It's not gonna move 5 times faster like it does in the game. For you, me, and the flipping president, it would be from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. real time. And I'm gonna get hella sleepy. I'd have to stay in this freezing ass room. No heating, no nice amenities, just some dusty ass office chair from 50 years ago, placing my perfect cheeks on it, and have to watch these prehistoric dinosaur-like Chuck E. Cheese robots who definitely all smell like ass, and stop them from killing me. If the power ain't gonna get me executed, my stress will bun this shit, man. And the rest of these games moving forward just get even worse. In the second game, instead of just going against the starting lineup, now you gotta deal with the subs, the bench, and the coach. You're getting jumped by the whole team now. There's like 15 of these guys. And the layout of this security room is just terrible. You ain't got no doors, and you're left with just 2 vents on either side of the room and one giant hole in the middle where the animatronics can just jump in whenever they feel like it. They designed this like they wanted to kill you. I'm telling you. Five Nights at Freddy's literally becomes more difficult to survive the further you go along the series. In the third one, there's only one animatronic you go against, Springtrap, who used to be a man named William Afton, and he's the mastermind behind all of this. Why all the robots start moving crazy and start killing people. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy stinks, fam. He's been in that suit for 30 years. I didn't know this. Not to mention he's dead as well. It definitely smells like ass cheeks, and his breath, it must be beyond the grave. That shit would kill me anyway.
So he's a zombie and not really an animatronic, but the rest are animatronics? Well, I guess he was probably obsessed. Oh, was he a furry? And he was just obsessed with the shit, so he made animatronics? Oh, that could make sense.
Anyway, but even though William is the soul killer in this game, there's also phantoms of the first couple of animatronics that will literally mess with your brain, psychologically breaking you down and screwing over the machines that you need to keep fixing to stay alive. And also, there's no door again. You can't keep him out. I'm just saying, being in here would really test your will to survive. Which indefinitely means I'm dying. Even the animatronics genuinely get scarier over time. Look at the designs of the nightmares from the 4th game. Fredbear literally has a mouth in his belly. I've only played and watched the gameplay from the first 5 games and Security Breach, and the easiest one by far to survive is Security Breach, because you're in some giant mall, so you can just hide around the place.
I did see that game. That game looked very sweet.
And the protagonist of this game is alive, so you know it checks out, because you know the main character of the normal job-like games, yeah, he's dead. He had his inside scooped out, and now he's this guy. I rest my case here. Five Nights at Freddy's, we dying, man. It's over. Now, years ago, I made a video talking about horror villains that would basically just end your life too, where I first started talking about this monstrosity. And now I want to bring up the game he's from, because this guy's game and himself are just evil. Bendy and the Ink Machine was the first horror game as a kid that literally, I'm not even playing no games here, had me freezing and going into the sunken place like I was Chris from Get Out. Cause
you like that? Hold on, brother. I've seen his games, obviously, like along the way, but I didn't know he was like that. Hold on.
I don't know what the hell it was about this game, but I don't know, it was just hella terrifying back then. If you've never heard of Bendy before, imagine Mickey Mouse if he was the devil. That's pretty much Bendy. The game follows the protagonist named Henry Stein, an animator who used to work at a studio called Joey Drew Studios and helped make cartoons based on the character Bendy the Ink Demon. And in the game, to start it all, you get sent a letter by Joey to visit the studio 30 years later since he wants to show you something. And real quick, you see this guy Henry? He has no survival instincts, I swear down. Cause how do you casually pull up to the place, start exploring, then see a dead body, and the only thing you say is this shit?
Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
Nigga, why are you still there? I would have bolted out the door as soon as I saw this shit. Why are you questioning Joey? You can't be that curious. He's clearly working for the devil. You pagan, why are you still here? Anyways, after this moment, Henry collects the pieces needed to switch on the machine. And then he shows up for the first time. Bendy, this malnourished, lanky piece of shit, ain't even come out right. The guy literally has a child arm. And this waste man just decides to gun for you the entire game. Chasing you down, trying to murk you like Bake Off, man. And throughout the rest of it, you're just exploring. Meeting weird guys like Sammy Lawrence who worship this man. Alice Angel, who just looks like shit, and the good characters who used to be human but got turned into their characters they played in the show due to the machine. I'm not gonna break down the whole thing, but to keep it short and sweet, you basically get trapped in this ink world full of weird cartoonified monsters, and by the final chapter of the game, as you're about to leave this hellhole once and for all, Bendy changes from this hungry looking guy to the Hulk. Cause why is he this guy now?
Oh.
Shit, he ain't got no legs though. That's why you don't skip out a leg day. He lacking there. After you defeat Bendy in the final battle, the ending of the game gets you linking up with this Satan supporter Joey. And the game restarts. Yes sir, my people. It turns out that the whole entire first game is a loop. See, with me mentioning Bendy in this video, it's kind of the loophole. Because if I was actually in this game, I'm surviving, and there's no bullshit theory to how, because it's actually explained.
I'm sitting here listening to him thinking, I'm like, yo, this hoe is sweet. This hoe is finger licking good. Like, what's the problem?
In the story. If you don't want to get spoiled, just skip a little ahead. But in the second game, The Dark Revival, you learn that Joey, the head of the animation studio, got so pissed off when Henry decided to leave that he bought the ink machine and created a whole entire world to torture his own version of Henry, getting him to rerun the events of the first game over and over again, just because he left. He's some dickhead, man. And in the ink world, everyone else is also put into the same cycle, the same loop, where if you were to die, you would just come straight back. Death isn't permanent here. If Bendy chased you and deleted your whole career, you'll come back 5 seconds later and be like, what's poppin', man? It's a loophole. Yes, you're dying, and it's probably going to be the worst, most traumatic thing you've ever experienced. But look on the bright side. It's not permanent. So for the first time, thing you've ever experienced, but look on the bright side. It's not.
I was about to say he got a nose on the top of his head, but obviously it's from Rick and Morty, so why wouldn't he?
Permanent. So for the first time, we were surviving this shit. Bun Bendy, bun Joey, bun the free world, suck my nuts. You guys are trash.
Hold on now, Poppy. Now Bendy was sweet. I'm gonna be honest. Bendy, that's sweet. That's, boy, I'll lick my fingers at those, right? But Poppy, Playtime.
About this one, man. The game starts off similar to Bendy. The main character also gets sent a letter to visit the old toy factory he used to work at, Playtime Co. In where, while you explore, do a bunch of puzzles, and move forward through the facility, the toys in it are just straight up fiends. You got Huggy Wuggy, this 7-foot slim donut built like he's starting as the center of the monsters, chasing you through the vents. Mummy Longlegs, who clearly
boy, it get dangerous in them vents, boy. It get devious in them vents, boy. Boy, what? It get. And this is also, like, I'll be thinking, when I be playing these horror games, I'll be thinking as the protagonist, like, what are you actually doing here? Like, as soon as I show up and I gotta do too many dumb things, and especially as soon as I see the monster move, we out. Not playing.
Some sort of attachment issues. Catnap, who's literally just Scarecrow from Batman. The Doctor, who's just a brain in the jar. Man, if you don't smash that shit. And most recently, Dowie the Dough Man, who shapeshifts into this weird-ass Play-Doh salamander who tries to kill you. And he's kind of justified. I mean, in the game, you accidentally kill all his people. I understand it. But all the evil and corrupt toys in this game follow under the orders of the prototype, who's influencing all of them to move crazy against the protagonist. And I mean, whoever the prototype is has swag. I mean, look at the way Catnap is offering himself to him after getting beaten. This guy wanted to die, man. Poppy Playtime is impossible. I would have called it quits as soon as Huggy entered the vents. That shit was horrifying. But I didn't want to bring up this game just for the scenarios alone. I wanted to mention it because it single-handedly has the worst event ever done in any horror game.
What movie is
The
that?
Hour of Joy. And the Hour of Joy makes the buy of 87 look like some baby shit. Cause this is mad. The hour of joy is when all the employees still working at the factory got jumped by every single toy and got murked. Every single employee was getting finessed. Literally 50 of these teacher toys just jumped this man in one room. He definitely got massacred. Mommy Longlegs grabbing people and taking them to the highest heavens. This Jack in the Box running around taking lives. The smiling Chris just jumping this guy. Huggy just jumping everyone around him. Look at the state of this place when it was all over. Look! And to think, the only reason why the main character is alive is because his ass wasn't at work that day. His lazy ass was probably sitting down eating Cheetos while the rest of his colleagues were getting slaughtered and seeing game over screens. He was lucky. I'm just saying, being in here would just be abysmal. As soon as I would walk through and enter the place, I would have walked right back out. I just know I would have died if I kept exploring. And Poppy really isn't even on our side like that. You could have escaped in chapter 2, but I'm like 99% sure that she's definitely the one who crashed your train to force you to work with her. And she even deserted you in the 4th chapter because she shook at the prototype. How are you gonna hold me? I'm further stuck in here because of you. Poppy Playtime? We all dying. As soon as we step in this place, it's terrible.
Resident Evil.
You're dead. I was joking, like I said, Leon Kennedy. You're dead. Because you're not gonna be Leon. You're not gonna be Leon. You're gonna be person 7 on the scene where the outbreak starts and zombies is running around biting necks off. You're gonna get your toe bit off. You're gonna turn. You're gonna try to bite Leon's toe off. You're gonna get your head shot off.
Resident Evil, hands down, is one of the funnest horror franchises to ever exist. I mean, it's so different from other horror games. In most horror, they make you completely defenseless, afraid, petrified of the monsters and the people coming for you. And then these games, it's practically the same, even scarier to a degree. But it's different. Forgetting mentioning the first person once because those are just scary as hell. The third person Resident Evil games made me feel like a man. Because the second you had my scared ass a shotgun, and the tables have turned. Now, I'm finessing everyone like my name's John Wick. Out here shooting zombies with whole flamethrowers and grenade launchers. You stand no chance against me. Even the protagonists of these games
boy, they give you a whole GTA loadout. Boy, I'm up in stick after stick after stick after grenade after rocket launcher after stick after stick. I'm not scared at all. I'm not scared.
Out here doing elite moves like dodge rolls, and Leon's out here doing whole backflips and sending them flying with his kicks.
And when Leon get to fighting humans, oh my, how the boy that low-key be the best parts of the game. I'm like, oh my god, this is a zombie game, and the best part about it is when he get down with hands on other hands.
It's just a zombie apocalypse. I'm shooting them all. However, Resident Evil could truly be one of the most hardest horror games to ever survive. Sure, you can collect weapons which would help you easily kill the base zombies and possibly even the easier mutants too. But I'm not here to make it sound easy for anyone. No. If I was in Resident Evil and this one guy was chasing me, I would end it all, man. This individual is literally a super soldier, standing at 7'3", weighing in at 600 pounds. And even though he sounds hella clunky and fat, he can run 50 miles an hour. He can jump like he's All Might. He has tentacles that grab people and can even let him swing like he's Spider-Man. He can carry weapons like a whole flamethrower and a whole rocket launcher. He's practically invincible until certain points in the game. He's unstoppable, unfathomable, unfair, and pure evil. Ladies and gentlemen, the man I'm speaking about is none other than Nemesis.
Yep.
Nemesis is literally a demon. Like Mr. X is somewhat of a menace too, but at least he's slow as shit. Nemesis will pace down the whole street to catch you like it's his ultimate destiny. Look at his first appearance. In Resident Evil 3, it starts off with Jill having nightmares, and she's just in her apartment chilling until a man calls her and tells her to get out. Boom! Nemesis! He comes in, kicks her to the wall, which definitely should have killed her, and grabs her like she's nothing. Then when she escapes, because of plot, and thinks she's made her away from him, boom! Nemesis comes from the ceiling. Once again, Jill thinks she's escaped him. And boom! Nemesis comes and throws her through the whole building on fire. She should definitely be dead here. The guy is relentless. Imagine yourself being a Resident Evil and Nemesis is gunning for you. What the hell am I gonna do?
It is plot, but he playing around with his food too. Like, boy. If as soon as he gets a grip on her, she should have been dead. Like he could have like grape like her head. Whoa, that sounds crazy. Whoa, wait, no. I'm talking about like as soon as he grabs her head, crush it like a. Oh my god, bro.
new hit. Nothing beats the guy. He keeps going. And like everything else in Resident Evil, he mutates. So after even being beaten countless times, it's okay. He just comes back worse. He goes from this big tall brute to this bipedal dog thing. Then after being drowned in a pool of acid that should have definitely killed him, he came back as this.
Yeah.
He was so overpowered here, it took a whole railgun to beat him. Bro, even if you were somehow realistically in the same final boss fight, as soon as you used the railgun, you would have died while it was charging. Sign out. Wherever you go, if this thing's sole objective is to kill you, it's done. You might as well hand yourself to him on a silver plow. Plot armor will not save you. The man is genetically designed for this shit. He's basically a zombie Terminator. And whatever weapons you find or salvage, even being the most broken shit possible, won't work. Cause it'll just heal and change anyway. I'm ending it here. Deleting my profile, throwing my computer out the window cause this guy, yeah. Just no. And the rest of the games in the franchise, it doesn't get any easier. It's pretty much the same thing. Resident Evil 7 and 8 are difficult as well, with the basis of these games being to fight these two weird-ass families. And spoilers incoming, if you don't want to see this, just skip ahead. But Ethan Winters is already a dead person. He dies in the first 35 minutes in Resident Evil 7. He's made out of mold for the rest of his life in this series. Take notes here. In the second game, even though Mr. X isn't Nemesis level, it doesn't mean he's not crazy too. And you're left fighting this guy, who also becomes a giant mutant. So I can pretty much say we're dying here. The Resident Evil series, impossible. Once you become a resident of Raccoon City, just stay until the city blows up. You're better off doing that. So these were some horror games where I would see the light too quickly. And to just be completely honest there, no one would survive any horror. Cut this shit. If you guys got any more horror games or scenarios that you
unless you're a top athlete or in the world, or who's also extremely smart and also has extreme battle IQ just out of the random, you're not surviving, bro. You're just not.